Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you, Mr. Smith? Hello.
I'm really cool, yeah. Happy Friday.
I'm good. How are you, Mr. I am hearing...
What's happening? I'm really cool, yeah. Happy Friday.
I'm hearing a forever...
What's happening? I'm really cool, yeah. Happy Friday.
Forever and ever...
You're hearing a forever loop?
Yeah.
Are you listening to YouTube?
Oh, good call. Good call. That's what it was. Thank you.
Okay.
Now we figured that out.
That's all right.
That's what I didn't have. That's what we didn't practice.
So you fell into some really spooky, acoustic, dreadful nightmare.
I was like, I don't know where it's coming from. The voice is in the room with me. Hello, everybody, and thank you for being here at Mr. Smith's channel.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, this is on my channel, isn't it?
It is. I'm just, I pushed the button, so I got a little, like, bossy
you're producing.
About it.
Yeah, you're producing. It's all right. I'm good.
And, we've got a lot of people here already. This is great.
I know. Hugh, Ali, Ryan, Keith, Mark's gas station, Falcrow, 4321, buddy. Good to see people here. How's everybody doing? Hope you're all good. Happy Friday to everybody. And have we got a plan for this, really? It was vague, wasn't it?
We have a vague plan, which, is actually better than most of my streams. we want to go for there.
Don't say that in public. Don't tell them that.
It's true. It's true.
You're giving away state secrets with this sort of stuff.
Well, I don't think anyone's surprised. I don't think anyone thinks she did a lot of research for this show. Edward Richard, great to see you. Okay, I did put everybody up. So on their comments up, just said hello. Ooh, Chris Lane.
Chris Lane, good to see you, buddy. And hi, Edward.
Okay, so we did want to mostly just talk about music, play some songs, talk about...
Yeah.
We've both seen some concerts recently that we're a little jazzed about. And, songwriting and stuff.
Okay.
That's what I've been telling people. So to make me not a liar, that's what we should do tonight.
So we're being held to your marketing strategy.
Yes, because I think I said all those things.
Okay, let's stick to that. Yeah. Well, it's a plan of some kind, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think Chris is going to admit to having much of a plan for some of their streams as well.
Oh.
I think, I think they could be slightly relaxed, in terms of format sometimes.
Yeah. So we should talk about dinner.
Should I start with a song?
We should.
Yeah.
Our favorite.
Well, it was beautiful, yeah.
I like a calzone. All right. So do you have a song for us to start off with?
Well, yeah, I do. I've got a song, and there's a story that goes with this song, and it's a bit of an odd one. It's a bit of an unusual one. Doesn't necessarily have a happy ending, apart from the fact that there is a song. So I was in a duo some years back, and played around all over the place. Anyway, played in this particular place one night, and it wasn't very busy. And there was this guy sat at the bar, immaculately dressed. He had a beautiful suit on. He had a lovely overcoat with him. He had a really smart briefcase with him. And he sat at the bar, and he was just basically staring at me all the way through. Just all the way through. He never took his eyes off me all the way through. So I thought, I don't know, maybe I've pulled whatever. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know what this... Because I thought, I've got to go and talk to this guy now. I've got to go and say hello. So I went over, and the first thing he said to me was, "It's you." Yeah, right. So I said, what do you mean? What have I done?
Is he coming on to you?
Well, I didn't know. It was either that, or it was like an undercover cop or something. I don't know. You know.
Well, I've been reading a lot of mystery novels, and this is starting like that.
Right. Okay. So I said, what do you mean it's me? What have I done? What do you mean? And he said, I'm not musical at all. He said, but I've been writing songs for quite some time now, and I've just got them all written out as sets of lyrics, and I've been looking for somebody for about 18 months to write some songs with my lyrics, and I feel like it's you.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I was kind of, wow, that's a bit cool and lovely and daunting all at the same time, you know, kind of thing. So anyway, I said, all right, I can only have a go for you. You know, I can't promise anything. Let's see what happens. So we met up, and he turned up with this huge stack of lyrics. I mean, a couple of folders full. I mean, this guy had been on it. He'd been writing, but he'd done it pretty much in lyric format, you know, kind of verse, chorus kind of thing. Ostensibly, anyway, you know. And the first session, I wrote 3 songs while he was there with him. Which I just chose these lyrics, stood out of the book, and I just dropped 3 songs out of nowhere. They just happened, and this is one of them. And the guy's name was Ian, and this is a song called Forgotten Man. Looking in the mirror on your wall, searching for that missing piece for your jigsaw. Looking at your shadow on the floor, searching for some soul. You ask yourself, yeah, what is life? What do I want to experience out of this chance? Where do I want to go? I'm a free spirit, you know. But the years pass so quickly, and it's just one big show. Yeah, I know who I am, I know where I stand. Everybody needs some love, even this forgotten man. I know where I've been, I know what I've seen. Everybody needs some love, even this forgotten man. Forgotten man. Looking through my window at night, thinking of my past, all my maybes and my mights, yeah, hoping things will change soon. Searching for some happiness out of all life's sadness, and with my heart beating strong, I tell myself, yeah, I've got to move on and just let bygones be bygones and leave my past behind. I know who I am, I know where I stand. Everybody needs some love, even this forgotten man. I know where I've been, I know who I've seen. Everybody needs some love, even this forgotten man. I know who I am, I know where I stand. Everybody needs love, even this forgotten man. I know who I've been, I know what I've seen, and everybody needs some love, even this forgotten man.
That was beautiful. I really liked it. I love his lyrics.
Thank you very
and I
much.
like how you did it. How was it tough for you to put music onto lyrics like that?
If I'm honest, no. I'll turn the reverb off as well. No, because the way is yourself, quite often rhythm plays a part, doesn't it? With lyrics, you know. Quite often it da 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 da. Yeah, so that's your sort of basic form that we all kind of, you know, we'll kind of move from. So consequently, those lyrics ran really well, just with accent on the rhythms. It was just dead simple. And because it was just a 4-chord trick, it's nothing complicated. It's the same chords for the verse as it is for the chorus as well. I just changed the melody a little, and it's just got a little set of passing chords in between to give it a little bit of a break. So for me, quite often the lyrics give me the rhythm of what's going on, you know, naturally, like we talk, like yourself. You know, and then obviously you get parts where you think, oh, I need to just take that word out. You know, there was too many ands and buts and
Always.
You know.
Mine is
but it
just.
was lovely.
I say just too much.
Right. Okay. Well, as long as it's not baby, you know.
No, I don't say baby
like all
enough.
the pop songs.
I could do way more babies.
Yeah. Well, it was lovely to have just free reign as well to go through this guy's lyrics, and basically do what I wanted. And he obviously after the first session we got these 3 songs down. He really trusted me. However, I did my second writing session with him, and then I was supposed to meet up with him, and he never came back. And then I was left a note some 18 months after the event, but I was just left a note to say that sadly he'd passed away in tragic circumstances. And that was all I got. There was no contact details, there was nothing. It was a note from an ex-partner of his. And then he was gone, and I've still got his book of lyrics, and I've written several songs from his book of lyrics. But I think out of all, there was that one and there was another one that particularly stood out, because you know what it's like as well. You might write a lot of songs, but you don't necessarily think that all of them are good enough, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, Forgotten Man and another one, I can't remember off the top what it was, but yeah, 2 particularly what I thought were strong songs, you know? So it was kind of lovely, but sad
But
tale at the same
tragic.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never knew what happened. We'll probably never ever find out. But just an amazing little sort of tragically poetic part of my musical journey, you know.
Yeah. I don't know why it feels even more tragic when you don't know what happened. You know, like trying just to have some kind of, you know, I just feel like, especially, you know, losses we've had in the community lately, just kind of being uncertain as to what went on is really hard. Like, just, you know, it really amplifies it.
Yeah, I think it's difficult to find any kind of real closure when you don't really know details. And it can I think to some people it comes across as a morbid curiosity. Some people don't want to know.
For sure.
And I fully understand that, you know. And other people, it helps with closure to be able to understand, you know. So yeah, it's been, over the years, it's been one of those things that's just been sort of awfully ponderous, really, you know. But still, on the flip side of it, you know, because things are about the positive side of it. And Ian's life went whatever way it went. But at least he had the opportunity to actually find somebody at last who could write some songs, you know. So for him, it was really good, you know. And it stands that stands completely separate to whatever went on in his life, you know. So I was just kind of blessed to be a part of it, really.
And it really helps his legacy of, you know, he's still here in his music too, and being able to still touch people with his words.
Yeah, and that's the first time I've ever let it go out as well. It's, you know.
Oh, I'm glad you did.
Well, it's quite, as you can imagine, it's quite dear to my heart, you know. So it's not something that I wanted to just put out. Yeah. You know, nice to give it a bit of a moment at least. Do it the first time live.
Give it some explanation too. I just want to pop and say hello to E. Urban is in the house, or in his house, as E. Urban would say. And we saw Robert Redman is here.
Hiya, buddy.
And I like, Chris said that those filler syllable words, you need them sometimes, and sometimes you have to remove them. And that's true. Sometimes they really, you do kind of need them. It wasn't. You got a lot of you digging that. That was amazing.
Oh yeah, the chat. That's it.
No, there's a chat. I'm just telling you.
I'm supposed to pay attention. Yes.
Well, you can't really see what I'm selecting, so I'm telling you what I'm selecting.
Yeah, I've not got the YouTube feed. Should I watch the YouTube feed instead?
No, I think this is the way to go.
I prefer to be able to be in sync with what you're doing, you know.
Well, that's why I'm reading them to you. Chris Lane says the comment that he was just writing that Mr. Smith, it does help with closure when you know things. On the other hand, sometimes knowing is harder. That could definitely Chris. Depending on what's going on, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I like Alex said teamwork. He wrote part of it, and he has his book of songs to finish. I like that teamwork aspect.
Yeah, and it gives him some kind of legacy as well to me, you know. And even if, like, I have no way of contacting his family or his friends, I just don't know the first thing, nothing. And this is a long time ago, but it's his music's still out in the universe. For me, his little light's still shining somehow. You know,
it is,
and it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
and you never know. Somebody who knew Ian might watch this at one point.
Yeah, I always have I believe he can hear us. So I think it'll make him happy.
Yeah. Hiya, buddy, wherever you are, listening.
He's like, fist bump. He's like, yeah.
How can you hear? I've not got it through the speakers. It's in my headphones. Well, that's clever.
They got YouTube in heaven.
Obviously, yeah. Obviously,
that's how heaven works.
So, what about you? You know, talking about the lyrics and how it was written. So just giving a set of lyrics. Do you do that yourself? Do you just write whole sets of lyrics and then find the music, or?
I do both ways. But most of the time I am writing lyrics. I'm kind of writing lyrics a lot. Like just whenever I think of a little lyric, I jot it down, and then I try to sit down and flesh it out a little bit more. And usually that, I kind of start, I usually write at least a verse or a chorus or something, one. Sometimes you don't know which one it is. But I then try to put that in some kind of musical context. Just especially the rhythm of the words, like you're saying, so then I can base the other parts of the song off that. So that if I have a first verse, or a verse. Usually my first verse is the third verse. The first verse that I write ends up not being the first verse very often.
Right, yeah.
And so, but I try to match them rhythmically and in rhyme scheme to what I've done.
Yeah.
And so, and then, content wise, what am I trying to say? And, but then every once in a while I have, I'm playing something on the guitar, and I'm like, oh, this is fun. I like, what could I make out of this? Like I had written I have that Lost in Conversation song. I had written that guitar part a year before and just didn't know what to put on it. I was like, oh, I like this, but I don't exactly know what to do with it. And then I was sat at a coffee shop writing up a song about sitting at a coffee shop writing. Well, that's the song is about. So I was, I wrote it, and then I was like, what could I do? And I'm like, oh, this is what this is meant for. Like I kind of remember, brought that back out. Because it is one that I would like. I like the chords of it, and it's fun to play, and it's different than my normal G, D, C, or A minor, E minor, which is most of my songs. Well, maybe I should play that one. That's not the one I'd chosen, but it's the one we're talking about. So maybe that's the one I should play.
That'll be good. Yeah, brilliant. So I need to mute me as well.
Yes. So this song, again, is called Lost in Conversation. And that was my whole intro.
That was nice.
I was going to say something smart, but nothing came. Second Tuesday, sipping slow on steams a teeny. Photographs of borrowed days turn black and white, of memories and motivations, and phonographs too old to play. The melody still scratched inside like fingernails across your skin, like giving up or giving in, like giving in. Second cup brings second chapters bound in leather. I read it back in high school, that was long before I know now. If I knew then how your eyes reflect electric light, you tell me of the time before you understood the details and the constellations. Don't know where we were going, I get lost in conversation. Oh, don't know where we were going, I get lost in conversation. The corner of my eye translates the shape on this paper napkin painted with a coffee stain and ballpoint pen. Timeline of antagonists with open ears, not judging that your wounds are mostly self-inflicted. I'm familiar with giving in. I don't know where we were going, I get lost in conversation. Oh, don't know where we were going, I get lost in conversation. Just relate the book I read on someone dead since long ago. A distant roar, the pages from the back ripped out, so no one knows precisely how the world's supposed to end up, how it all got started. I don't know where we were going, I get lost in conversation. Conversation. Oh, don't know where we were going, I get lost.
Oh, it's such a good song, isn't it?
Oh, you're so sweet.
It's what. So to me, that song, straight in talking. But to me, that song immediately, the producer in me just wants to say, right, thank you. Yes, we'll do that. That's a hit. Thank you. Yeah, let's just produce that. It's begging for that full band to me to just, I think the radio would love it, basically, you know. And because the reason is because it stands up so well with just an acoustic. That feeling still translate with just an acoustic. Now that's a rare thing to me, you know. But it's not very often that just an acoustic guitar on its own is sort of a hit, you know. It's usually got a bit more production with it.
Yeah, in my mind it has this feel of like that Suzanne Vega Luca song. Like you could put a hip hop beat under this.
Yeah, there is this exactly.
Whole, like you could have the different versions, you know. Like
yes,
yeah,
definitely.
I think, and it's not. We've talked before. Like probably 75% of my songs are love songs in some or anti-love songs, but you know they're relationshipy songs, and so it does stand also up as just like not a love song, which I'm very proud of because love songs are easier to write. This is just what it is.
Yeah,
it's easy to get to that. Just
we're all involved in some kind of human relationship or another, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's it's parental, siblings, husband, wife, you know. So it's very easy to relate to just that kind of thing to me, isn't it? And not only that, I think it's difficult. You know, when the prog rock guys all started singing about dragons and mountains and magic potions and stuff, and a lot of people can't really follow that. They do like something simple, just about a relationship that they can understand.
I should write a song about dragons, though. Now that you said that.
What? Really? You got to go do your Rush phase.
I think I need to do it. I don't have a dragon song. I think I can do with that. But no, that song was. I sat next to some really obnoxiously loud ladies at the coffee shop who talked a lot, and half of that was just things they said.
Well, literally, you were just noting
literally,
it down.
I was just writing down. So, like they were like, "Oh, I don't know where I was going." And the woman did say, "I just get lost in conversation sometimes. I don't know where I'm going." And the one woman said back to her, like every time she said a book, she was like, "Oh yeah, I read that back in high school." But I was like, I mean, you read like 8,000 books in high school.
Jade says everyone needs a dragon song.
Everybody
right, exactly.
Needs a dragon song.
Good to see you, Jade.
Hey, Jade.
Are you okay?
I didn't say hello to Sparky and to It's Dad Abe, and who I think Robert said was one of his friends from the drama community, and
Folk and Blueser.
Oh, I love that. Sparky.
And on Mouse as well. I don't know if you saw an on Mouse.
I saw them. I don't know if I said hello. Some of y'all I said hello to earlier, and I can't remember because.
What? Hang on a second. Ryan Holz just said something. Urban has a dragon song.
I didn't know.
Me either. OJ, good to see you. I had no idea. What's this dragon song?
Yeah,
what's this? What's going on? So what about you then, Valerie? So do you hear a similar thing with that song? So as a songwriter yourself, basically, can you hear when you've written a good song as opposed to a filler song on an album?
Well, I mean, I can see. I write a lot of songs, and y'all hear not maybe 75% of them maybe, and I put out a lot of crappy songs that are like not great, but then I have songs that I'm just like, oh, this is just not good at all. I do kind of have, well, I do have a ranking. So I did the recording for the Longmont Public Media, trying to record all the songs. So I wrote down all my songs, and I picked the 48 that I thought were the best. And then of the 48, I put them in like A, B, C, D order of, well, actually there's E. E is, if they're an open E. So that's just because I didn't want to retune. So that's one group. Okay. And then I put but I did even like rank those. And then I ranked all the others, like the A songs that I thought were like, yes, radio ready. The B songs, which I like, but are, the C songs, which are all love songs. First of all, they're all love,
Okay.
like just across the board, and they're a little simple. They're probably all in G. They're all, you know, and they're just kind of throwaway. Like I'll play them at a show if I need some filler, and then I have a couple of D songs that are just there. So I'd put like in each set like 2 A songs and 2 B songs and a C song and a D song, just to keep it, you know, because you don't want to put all your good songs in one and then have all your crappy songs in the next one. So I tried to make it even. I did not put them in AC/DC order, Jade.
No. Urban says the C section.
Urban says I'm over here cleaning and I hear something about my dragon.
You've got a dragon? I thought it was just a dragon song.
Well, if you got a dragon, then you write a song about your dragon.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that's true. Right, so with your list and your ABCD, do you find that the audience tends to agree with you or not?
I don't know. I just assume they do. I think, I'm not really sure. I'm assuming a lot. I think some of it is by how the songs go across when I'm performing. Like how, but then sometimes there's songs that I sing that I think are just total throwaway songs that people are like, that song really spoke to me. And that, you know, like that was really, you know, encouraging or impactful in some way. And I was like, what? I did not know that. I thought that song was crap. But and there is something about not writing a non-love song. I think always makes it like for me feel a little bit like elevated in I wrote something. And
I know what you mean by that. Yeah, and I think so I brought up Catholic for me, and if asked, I would profess definitely to be Christian. How far I judge that in terms of my worth as a being is a different thing, and how well I stick to the word of Christ is another thing entirely. But you know what I'm saying. And quite often I've written what effectively would be a prayer, and it sounds as though it's written for a loved one. It literally sounds as though like it's about a relationship, and it's not. It's effectively a prayer. You know, and so I think there's ways to dress that up slightly, isn't there? You know, so people quite often as well take what they want from a song with the lyrics,
for sure,
and the intent was something completely different, really. You know, and in fact, you like Seal as well, don't you?
I love Seal.
Yeah. Well, as Seal was asked, in fact, it's inside one of his album covers. I think it might be Seal 3 in Human Beings. And he was asked, why don't you put the lyrics to your songs on your albums? And he said, it doesn't make any difference, and it wouldn't make any difference. The listener hears what they want. And he said, how many times have you listened to a song and it says, show me a day with Hilda Ogden and I'll despair, when actually you find out that the lyric is, show me a way to solve your problems and I'll be there. He said, so I don't bother, you can hear what you want.
Yeah.
Which I just thought was great, you know?
I like that too. And I think that the advent of, like, most of the REM songs that I learned were just listening to it, and I would learn the lyrics. And then 20 years later, I looked them up online, and I had them all wrong, pretty much. You know, some level, they were just not anywhere near. And some I'm like, I don't believe you that this is the lyric. There's no way. Because it changes the meaning of what the song was to me. Like that's not what I thought we were singing about, Michael.
Yep. I hear you.
But
I've done that with Rush songs as well. I thought I knew it inside out, and then I've read the lyrics and thought, oh, okay, I've been living in a different world, you know.
I think so. You know, I started. One of the reasons I started playing guitar when I was younger was that I played with my church group, and we had a lot of church camps and stuff, and there were some people who played Mother Chris, one of the pastors, she always played guitar for us and stuff, and there was some people at the church camp, and they were always, and I just thought I thought they were like rock stars because they're playing,
of course,
these,
yeah,
all acoustic guitars, and singing and playing at the same time. It was amazing. And so I was pretty young when like I got a guitar and I got to be up there and play with them and stuff. And I've tried so hard to write religious songs, and I find it so difficult. I have the one song, Pray, that is religious in the sense of about praying, but it's not come out of like a real biblical thing, but it came out of a tragedy. We had a mass shooting here, and I wrote it from that. And but I've so many times tried to write these songs that were reminiscent or of all these church songs that I grew up on that were so big to me. They filled me with so much inspiration and hope as a child, but they're so hard to write for me.
Yeah. No, I can see why. Because as well, so I don't know about you, but church music itself's moved on. It's almost it's become so big and polished and produced. It sounds like a lot of it comes out of Nashville to me. Heavily produced, amazing songs. Almost some of it's almost Disney in its approach. They're huge,
Yeah.
I couldn't touch that. I'm not a good enough songwriter to go near that myself,
Right. And I guess the songs are more folky than when I started than even Amy Grant.
Yeah.
We're going. Yeah. We're a little before that. But yeah, they've become a different beast entirely now, for sure.
Yeah, they have. Just seen Joanna come into the chat. How are you doing? Good to have you here.
I love it.
Do you think I should play another song at this point?
I do. I think it's a great time.
Yeah, Chris Lane says people hear what they want to hear. Exhibit A. Put 10 people in a room and play them a news story, and you get at least 2 to 5 different versions of what they just watched, which is absolutely true, Chris. Because I think a lot of things is the way humans take in information. It depends on your emotional state as well. It's really key to how we take it in at the time, as we all know. Which I think sometimes as well is why a lot of people see the same thing totally differently.
That's really true.
Okay. Are we in tune? Yes. Okay. There's reverb happening, isn't there? Yeah. This is a song that's called How Long? String of broken promises, a run of sleepless nights, the product of my black and guilty conscience, or a feeling that this ain't right. So you tell me this is not the same, it's not the same anymore. And I shake my head, I hold back my tears as you show me to your door. How long will it be like this? How long can this go on? How long can the world be like this? How long can this go on? forgotten days of importance, a long list of unanswered calls, some feeling of disaffection, or a feeling of nothing at all. So you tell me this is not the same, and I just don't like this anymore. And I shake my head, I hold back my tears as you show me to your door. How long will it be like this? How long will this go on? How long can our world be like this? How long? How long? How long can the world be like this? How long can this go on? How long can the world be like this?
Beautiful. I love that. That's one of my favorite songs of yours.
Nice one. The unresolved ending as well. Couldn't help it.
Yeah, no, I liked it. I think the video might be a little crappy by the time it gets to YouTube, but I think that the audio is okay. And also, we have 26 people in the chat.
Whoa.
So,
Feisty Feather, Pole Vault, Gary Hubbs.
Brad
Yay!
Example.
Brad Example. Yay! Great to see everybody here. Hope you're all right. Do apologise about my vocals.
Oh, no,
You know, I'm a
good.
drummer. I'm not a vocalist.
Oh, you're a liar.
And honestly, Valerie, I'll be straight with you. I'll be straight with everybody, okay? I really don't play my guitar very often and sing my own songs, to the point where I've had to write lyrics down before we started. Look at this. I've had to write them down on bits of paper before we started, because I never played them. I don't do this, ever.
Yeah.
I thought you were supposed to remember your own lyrics and all that. No? Oh. Oh, excellent. That makes me feel so much better.
Even if I know them, like it just between really, I'm gonna blame E Urban. I'll be singing his song and I know all the words. I've sung 1,000 times, and then E Urban starts talking about their dragon, and then I got it. And I'm like, damn it, I didn't know we were going there, and thrown out of the song. Forgot what I just sang. Where was I?
Yeah.
So
got ya.
it does help, but yeah, you gotta. It makes it easier to have it in front of you.
To be honest, I can play the drums and look at the chat, unless I'm doing like the prog stuff, or sometimes I'm doing the drum and bass and I'm not into it, I can't do it. But most of the time, I can quite happily sort of look at the chat and do things, and maybe even type sometimes. But when I'm playing and singing, forget it. I've got every ounce of me is having to focus on what I'm doing.
Yeah, I'm getting actually better at it, reading the chat and singing and playing, but I could not do it. No, it's only with songs that I know really well. I guess that's true. Yeah, we should talk about something else, because I don't want to play another song already.
Do you not?
So that one I like your simple acoustic version of this, because I always hear your fully produced you've done, like, you have guitar and bass and a background vocalist, and besides the background vocals, all of it is you.
Yes.
And then you play drums to it. So that one works very well also, just as a acoustic song.
Nice one. It's how, well, to be honest, it's how most of them are written for me. Mm-hmm. That the bulk of them start like that. There's very few that start with a full production in mind. Mm-hmm. They're just a set of chords and a melody to me, But the bulk of them do start with a guitar. I've started a couple with piano or keys, but not so many. Mm-hmm. I tend to write just sickening love songs when I start with keyboards.
It's hard, not to. Yeah.
And
do you start with lyrics, or do you have lyrics? in mind?
So I've always got lyrics. So underneath the mixing desk, just shoved in at the sides, are all my lyrics. I quite often just write lyrics as I think them, and then just shove them away, and then I end up with a big collection, and I put them all together and pull out all of the relevant bits that are kind of related. And so quite often there's a song in there, or quite often I just go through and I get a spark of an idea and I'm off. But I need some music as well to write. I've only ever done it once, where I've written a full song in my head with the melody and the chords. Only ever once. I stood at a bus stop, and when I got back, I just picked up the guitar and played it and sang it, and it was right.
Oh,
but
wow.
that was a one-off, a total one-off. Yeah, I like to have a chord sequence or something going to write to. Hubsy says, watch me forget all of my own lyrics every Friday. And you're getting hassled by security as well, though, Hubs. At least we're not getting hassled by security guards.
But sometimes he gets sent a pizza, so it's cool.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, that's cool. So could we go on Just Eat and order Hubs a pizza? Wow. Oh, that's cool from Hugh Caldwell. Hugh, so you're beginning to finish a bunch of songs. It's taken a year. Is that a bunch of songs that you've written? Or a bunch of collaborations with people, which
I think he's
which
writing
one's that?
more. Yeah, no, I heard he was writing more of his
Nice
own
one.
originals.
Leela!
He did that great original with Jerry Gomes and gosh, I can't think of her name right now. Can't think of her YouTube handle name. But yeah, he's a great original writer. Leela, so good to see you. Yeah, it's
okay. So moving on from the songwriting,
this
but with a
video
little
sucks. I'll tell you, you're gonna be mad at me. I don't know
what
why.
your video bit rate is it really bad?
No, the bit rate is doing well, but it's doing the weird buffering thing by the time it gets to the YouTube. Like this screen looks good and OBS looks good, and then YouTube looks like shite. That's the British way to say it.
Okay.
I learned that.
Well, maybe if you close YouTube, it'd give you a better. Maybe it's just about the computer running YouTube as well. If you're watching it back.
Okay, well I closed it. Maybe they'll make it better for everyone. Let's find out. Let me
Let's
know,
find out.
everybody,
Let's
if
see
it
what
made it
people
any
say.
better.
Yeah.
I think that's the only other thing I have open. I have the chat open, but that's it. So maybe that'll help. Yeah, it's stop motion video. That's what yeah.
Right, okay.
But I think the audio's okay, so pretend it's an effect. Pretend it's a purposeful effect.
And just, move like that for E-Urban, just...
I wish I could do the robot. So cool.
So from the songwriting, a little birdie told everybody, well, actually it was you on your YouTube stream, that you went to see Willie Nelson, John Mellencamp, and Bob Dylan.
This is true. I went with Live to Fly and Pookie Ann, and we all went.
Wow.
It was outside of Sacramento, and it was on Sunday, and it was at a big amphitheater outside venue, and man, it was huge. Like, there was just a ton of people. And it was awesome. And so the first thing Edward Richard asked today in the stream was like, I heard Bob Dylan sucked.
Okay.
You're not wrong, Edward. But the first people, there was some opener that we missed. But then John Mellencamp came out. And man, dude rocked it. He did all of his radio hits. There was one song that I didn't know, but like David's wife knew, and but it was just like one I'd never heard. But other than that, like, they were all things I'd heard before. They were all like super high energy. Most everything was like full band. He had like violin and full band and everything. And then he does Jack and Diane, and he just has like his oldest, clangiest guitar, and he just does it solo with the one guitar, and he's just like, he just pretty much goes, little ditty, And then the whole crowd sang the rest of the song.
Yeah,
And he just
didn't need to do a thing.
He barely did anything at that, but every once in a while he would be like, say, you know, a couple of lines like, "This is where we are in the song, everyone." But everybody knew the song so well. And so he sang it, but it was like, he didn't have to sing the whole thing, and he let the crowd carry it. But it was fun because it was like a whole, you know, sing along. It makes it, you know, the church of it. It was really nice. And it was like 105 degrees at this point, and it was super hot.
Wow.
And he was really busting it. He was running around. It was awesome. And then Bob Dylan comes up, and it's at this in-between time, so it's bright, so they can't really, the stage lights don't show anything, and the video won't come on, but but you can't see him at all. It's too dark to actually, he's wearing black, and he's sitting like behind a keyboard, and you can't see him at all from where we are. Like, we zoomed and zoomed and zoomed, and I even like walked up halfway, couldn't see any. And
really?
I was kind of like, is it that guy you think? Just couldn't see it. And I've seen Bob Dylan a few times now, and he has gotten progressively older. And
of course,
so he did do songs that like people know. Like he did do Things Have Changed, and he did I had to write down all the songs he did because I can't even remember them off the top of my head. But he did, oh, that's a song I wrote, Bob. He did Simple Twist of Fate. He did Mr. Jones. He did Hard Rain's Gonna Fall. So I think his Things Have Changed was a good example of how he did the whole night. So I think this is a song I play a lot on Friday Song Club, and you've played it with drums and stuff, like the actual Bob Dylan version. And it's a cool song. It's like a rockin', bluesy song where it's like, people are crazy and times are strange. I'm locked in tight. I'm out of range. I used to care, but things have changed. So it was like the band was playing that.
Yep.
So the band's got it. The band's like, da-da-da-da-da, drumming to drumming, bassing and bassing. People are crazy. Times strange.
Oh, no.
I'm locked in tight. I'm out of range. I used to care, but things have changed. And it was like the whole song, like it took me a whole verse to realize what song he was singing every time. I was like, it was like playing like the hardest game of what's that tune, name that tune. And, but finally, like, I would be like, things have changed, can't believe it. And so it's interesting in his, like, how he does it. Now, part of it is he's from Minnesota, and so he has this Minnesota accent. And then part is he's Bob Dylan, and he just is like, fuck all y'all, I'm Bob Dylan. And I'm hot. It's still hot at this point. It's not cool.
It's so hot.
It's still pretty hot. He's like in the sun. And he, he did do a few songs that were like hit songs, like Hard Rain's Gonna Fall or Simple Twist of Fate. But he didn't do them in a way that let people sing along or be like, you know, like John Mellencamp had done, like where he's just like playing it like you heard it on the radio. And so, you know, so when Willie Nelson comes out, even older, you know, so they did it by age. And so, you know, by this time, at least it's dark and they have the screens up and you can see him. He's like big, you know, Willie Nelson up there, and he's got you know, he's got people playing with him. His son's playing with him. He's, you know, got a nice band, and it's, the sound is really good. But then, but he does the same exact thing that Bob does.
No.
But he gets away with it because you can understand him better because it's like a Southern accent versus a Minnesota accent. And he's got a lot of people singing along with him. So Bob was pretty much the only one singing. Like there's no people background singing. Willie's got two people singing with him all the time. And so like they did Always on My Mind. And they play, you know, and they're playing the song, and the band's playing the song like that. So you're like, maybe I didn't love you quite as often as I could. Maybe I didn't see you quite as good as I should. Little things I should have said and done. I never took the time. You were always on my mind. And he would hit that. He would hit the chorus line.
He'd hit the chorus
He'd
line.
hit the big
yeah.
line. But he just, the rest of it, he bobbed out. Like he was like, Dylan does it. Fuck all y'all. So he did that to like the whole song except for the hit line. For most of the songs. And then, you know, the other guys are singing. So sometimes, you know, like it kind of made up between it, you know, and it's just the verse, which, you know, I mean, not everybody even knows all the verse words, but it was, he wasn't really doing something, like he wasn't really like doing it more, like giving more than Bob was. It just, how he had it set up made it come out better. And, yeah, it was a great show. It was, overall an amazing show. And I had a great time hanging out with Live to Fly and Pookie Ann and Live to Fly's wife. It was just like super cool.
Yeah.
And Sacramento was cool. They have giant rivers. It was awesome.
Is that the first time in Sacramento for you?
My first time in Sacramento. Yeah. And it was, I mean, besides, it was hot in the afternoon, but it was really nice in the mornings. And I like walked all over the place in the mornings. But yeah, it was, Kitty's here.
Kitty, what are you doing at work at this time? It's 2 o'clock in the morning, sweetie.
Sweetie.
Why are you up? Meow as well. It's really nice to see you.
I like Sparky said my brother-in-law got in a fight with Mellencamp in 1972 on my wedding night at a party in Bloomington, Indiana. That's a good story.
Excellent.
I like Johanna Lynn says, Bob Dylan wrote, "It's all over, baby blue. He needs not to do anything else." I agree. I think when you get to be there at Bob's, you know, like with what he's done in his life and how many songs he's written, it, you know. And also, I do say, we got $25 tickets. So to see, we saw Mellencamp, Bob Dylan, and Willie Nelson for $25. So the whole time I was just like, they could just show up and wave, and I'd be like, I got my $25 worth. What else do you need? So Brad says, when I saw Dylan, it took me half a song to figure out which one he was playing. And that's exactly what it was like. But it was an amazing show. I loved it. It got bad reviews. I disagreed. I thought he was brave and unique. That's how I feel, Brad. Like, I still enjoyed it. But again, I had low expectations because I kind of know what Bob does.
And I think that, you know, that's kind of cool as well. All right, doing the spoken thing is a little bit... it's an interesting one. For some people like it, some people don't. But I like when artists take music out and don't do it like the record, do something different with it. Sting's a really good exponent of that, doing rearrangements of his own songs that are just beautiful. Mm-hmm. I kind of like that, you know. But you still know what the melody is, though. That's the thing. But then I suppose is Bob 91 and Willie's 94?
I think Willie's 91, and somebody look up how old Bob Dylan is. I'm not really sure. I think he's in his 80s though. But yeah, somebody look that up for us, please. Block facts.
And has the video cleaned itself up at all as well? Has the video settled down?
Yeah. Is the video any better? Or are we still in stop motion? Because I did shut down one of the windows, but I don't know.
What about you? Have you got a song for us? Hidden in that huge folder of songs.
It's not huge. It's much smaller than my cover songs book. Tiny comparatively.
It's catching up though, isn't it? Slowly.
No. I mean, it's just a smaller folder. Like, it's it's like 4 times the thickness. It'll never get there. Video is better. Oh, good. Well, maybe that worked. Bob Dylan is 83. So, he could be president.
Yeah. Right, I'm going to mute up. Stage is yours.
This song is called Who Broke Your Heart? dirt road to the house, dry and dusty, headed south. On one spare tire, feeling every bump along the road. Late getting back home, see the porch light shone on the empty wooden swing, where you hold me and you told me about the one time you remember all the hows but not the whys, whose are all so slowly fading from your mind. Tell me, baby, who broke your heart? Tell me, baby, who broke your heart? Who drowned your spirit? Who dulled your spark? Tell me, baby, who broke your heart? Good night, Lynn. It echoes from the stage in an empty playhouse, projecting to the ghosts in vacant chairs. Lines are all the same, still fall from your tongue more eloquently than your nighttime prayers. They come more quickly when you've fallen on your knees. But God's the only one who'll ever listen to your pleas. Tell me, baby, who broke your heart? Tell me, baby, who broke your heart? Who drowned your spirit? Who dulled your spark? Tell me, baby, who broke your heart? Well, don't leave out the little things and bitter stings and aggravations. I'd fear that I reject the way you see the situation. If darkness clouds your point of view, baby, promise to remember the only thing I ask of you is never ever to surrender. Through the window, a full moon, from the kitchen table, the locusts out of rhythm with the old clock on the wall. The coffee is too cold now, take one last swallow, spit it all out once the flavor finally hits my tongue. A bitterness that took me to my limit. Like every word I heard you say, I never will forget it. Tell me, baby, who broke your heart? Tell me, baby, who broke your heart? Who drowned your spirit? Who dulled your spark? Tell me, baby, who broke your heart? Had anti-rhythmic right hand today.
Oh, it's just so lovely, isn't it? It's so that's a song that I can sing to myself when I'm on my own. It's just, it's like a little, it's not an earworm, it's different to that. It's more like a lullaby or something, you know?
Yeah. It's
beautiful.
It's particularly, like, again, not a love song, which proud of. And then I like it because I've written a few songs now where I feel like I've done a good job at, like, setting scenes and like, you know, having different, like, this is, you know, what you could picture in your head during this part, kind of, versus just like songs about feelings. But
Hello, Sunshine Archer as well. Good to see you.
Sunshine. Oh, in Spanish.
Hey, Spanish. Wow. So yeah, and I saw your comment, Kitty, as well. Bless you. You've been in the after chat all this time. Oh, and that's a lovely comment from Spanish. I'm off to bed, but Val's voice is like liquid chocolate. Brilliant. Good to see you, buddy.
Polvald asks, is this Rod Stewart?
No, it's a Don Henley song.
I'm glad that Chris. I'm glad that this Chris says lovely song. Why don't I know this one? Which I do appreciate because it's one of the. This is a song I feel like I sing too much. Like I feel like I sing it a lot during Friday song clubs and Lies and Love songs. Okay. Like, in my mind, I sing it a lot. So I kind of appreciate that because sometimes I think I oversing like some songs more than others because I have a lot of songs and I just end up playing like the same 15 a lot.
Well, just from me watching it from the outside, I don't really think that. Oh, many vibes! Yay. Many vibes is here. No, it does, because I just see you as having a really extensive catalogue of original stuff as well. So, I think for me, I don't hear them too regularly because it just seems to me like you have lots and lots and lots and lots of songs. I bet you've got easily 5 albums worth of songs without thinking about it, haven't you?
How many songs are on an album?
10.
Oh, yeah. Then I could easily do 5. Of things that I think could be on an album.
I figured.
Yeah, probably. But then I have a lot that could no.
And you've been doing these first take things as well, haven't you? Recently.
I have. I kind of stopped putting them out because I kind of felt like I was trying to put them out as like, this is a song I literally just wrote an hour ago and recorded. And some of the comments kind of hurt my feelings. And so it was just, I in the end have
really?
Been like, like I didn't say this was the best song. I said, this is a song I just wrote.
Yeah.
And, so it made me think like maybe I should like just put out songs that are like a little more well done and not try to put out new things like that are like just so fresh and brand new because it's I don't know. I don't, even though I'm horrible, I admit at replying to comments, I'm the worst of all time. I read them all. I've read all of them. And so, and some I don't think are meant to be like mean or anything, but it's just some of them are, and then also they got really downvoted a lot. So I just was like, this maybe is not working. So yeah, I have written quite a few songs that no one's heard yet. Because because I'm like, I feel like I need to like make them good and sound good and have a good recording and practice them a lot or something before. And then, once you do that too, some of them are just like, this isn't that good. Cause not all, I mean, all the ones I put out, some of them are not good. I mean, I know that some of them were just, but I thought that I was trying to do that just in the sense of like, this is a experiment of like, this is just how I write songs and new ones. But yeah, putting out raw songs is risky. But Chris says high risk, high reward.
Yeah, I thought it was a really good idea, to be honest. And I think, especially as well, if you are going to record them in terms of more production values in them, it'd be interesting to have both things up there. So, there's a nice little comparison for people.
Yeah, it's yeah, I was kind of thinking that too, but I don't know. I am real sensitive when, I guess one thing too is like some people say like, oh, that song sounds too much like this other song, and then I'm like, oh crap, like have I, written and I will listen to it. I don't know. Sometimes I don't hear it, and then it makes me worried. Like, why am I not hearing it? What's wrong with my head? Does everyone think this? So yeah, I probably, so for somebody who does not respond to comments hardly at all, I read way too much into them.
Okay, yeah, I'm with you. Okay.
Overanalyze every one of them.
You're not involved, but you're really involved.
I'm super involved, and that's really why I'm so hard to respond. Like, I'll do a couple, and then I get so flustered of like, hold on, are you saying this, or what? I just,
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what's wrong with me. I have a hard time parsing what it's how people react or respond to the song, and if that matters. I don't know if Bob Dylan ever puts a song out and it's like, hey, random group of people, what do you think of my song? He's just like, I like it, it's on the album, let's go.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think mostly I think you shouldn't care what people think at all.
People, yeah, that's exactly what Many Vibes says too. And that's, I love that thought, but like, how do you get to there? How do you get to the part where you don't care?
Well, if you just consider that YouTube is basically like a kind of a lunatic asylum where nobody's really in control. And let's be honest, if you're going to throw something to the open court of YouTube, then it's more than a kangaroo court, isn't it? That you're going to express. You're going to get all kinds of responses for stuff. So what's the point? I think just produce your art and then put it out. For me anyway.
Paul Vault says, I find it hard to answer the question, what's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you? Oh, the other one. It's always hard to answer the questions like, what are you on?
What are you on? I like, Chris says the Songwriters Anonymous SWA rule number 1 is, it's your song, so go with your gut. That's good.
Yeah,
I like
good.
that. Jade says
good
musicians
advice.
Don't need focus groups. I like that.
Yeah.
So it's true. And I don't, it's just that part where I think I have a good idea and then I do it and then somebody's just like, and then I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
Maybe that was a horrible idea. So I don't know.
Well, in life, there's always going to be somebody who comes along and says, I don't like that. I think, okay.
Yeah.
Great. Oh, bye then. Okay.
No, I think
artistically, I'm never going to be worried by that myself.
Yeah.
And the main reason for me, speaking for me, is that I only do it for myself anyway. I'm not really interested in writing a song for somebody else's opinion. I don't think I'm going to change the world. I don't think I'm going to be elected for president because of it as well, and I don't really think it's going to change the opinion of many people either. I do it just because I can't stop, basically.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've been writing pretty regularly. I just haven't been putting it out. So that was, and that has always been one of my, because the writing and the songs and making the songs and doing the songs, that part's like easier to me than sharing that song with another human being. That part's harder. Yeah. And so even I do this, every Friday I'm singing, well, I don't always sing my own songs, but I often sing my own songs, and it has a different feeling than singing a cover song. Like, I sing a cover song, and I don't care if you like Britney Spears, or whatever. Your feelings on Bob Dylan don't really affect that. I like the song, and I like to sing it, and it's fun, and it's good to, I like to play it.
Yeah.
But then when it's my own song, and I'm overly sensitive. This is what it is.
Okay.
I'm overly sensitive, y'all. And I think, just the part, me, I don't really talk to people or or haven't, like, I don't really do anything before. I just put it out on YouTube.
Generally.
Well, yeah, I generally don't, like, I don't have friends or I don't have any family.
That's not true. That's not true.
Well, I mean, pretty much.
You've got friends.
So I... Well,
okay. Well, yeah, you've got musical ones that you can bounce ideas off, but do you want to bounce ideas off any of them?
Well, I don't, though. I mean, I don't have friends that I bounce ideas off of, or that well, and it's just that part where I probably should say something to somebody before I decide to do something and see then if that sounds stupid before. Because the way I'm doing it now, I'm just like, do it. And then somebody's like, that's stupid. And I'm like, oh, crap. I guess I should have like asked another human being before. I just went off and did this without checking what humans like. I don't know what humans like. That's...
I'm with you on that one. Yeah, I'll never figure that out.
I have no clue what humans like.
No.
And how they're going to react.
Many Vibes has just said, I like workshopping my art, though, as long as I respect the people in the workshop. What does that... I'm not sure from the UK what that means, workshopping it. What does that mean?
I am also kind of interested in this because... So, I also do a lot of, like, visual art. And it is my worst fear that people see my art before it's done. Because it's that part where it's like when people see it half done, like they can't see, like they don't know what I'm going to do. And it always, halfway through, always just looks like total crap. I mean, it looks like a 6-year-old drew it. Like there's just no shading, like it's in process. Yeah. It takes a while. I can get there, but like there's many layers of paint have to be put down before it gets to the point where I'm like, looky here. And even then I'm horrified and terrified of, and this is also, I paint a lot and I have this idea that I'm going to sell art and put it up for sale, but I don't. I just hang them all up or stack them in the corner. You don't even know how much I have stacked in the corner.
I thought you sold paintings online as well.
Well, I never put them up to... I mean, I have in my life.
Can you give me a moment? I'm just going to turn my camera off. I need to sort something out with my mask.
Sort your mask out.
Yeah, there's something going on. I'll be back in a minute. Okay. I won't be long. And by all means, play another song.
I'm just going to read to the chat. I've missed some of the chat.
All right, I won't be long.
Okay.
Won't be long.
I like Mini Vibe says, I'm quite sure Bob Dylan doesn't give a flying hoot what I think of his singing or lyrical twists. And I love that, Mini Vibes. You're right. And Jade says focus groups led to the new Coke. I feel like I did try the new Coke, but I don't know. At first I thought E-Urban, see right here, I read this comment that E-Urban said, well, I don't like you, imagine that. And I was like, I thought we were friends, because I hadn't read the other one that said that's the best response to I don't like that. I was like, oh. Okay, because E-Urban, you're like one of the 3 people that I actually that I message at all. Oh, well, I mean, Chad. Psh. So, Sparky, you're so sweet. Oh yeah, Pole Vault Pole Vault butt dialed me twice yesterday, which I have like over 4 minutes of voicemail of his butt making noises that I'm not real sure of, but I feel like I should send them to E-Urban, and E-Urban could like make them into like a beat, and we could like make it into a whole song, and it's just called like the Pole Vault butt dial. So that's my good idea.
I go away for 2 minutes and I come back and we're talking about Pole Vault's butt.
Yeah.
That happened fast, didn't it?
So you weren't even listening? I thought you were listening. I just thought you turned it off completely and walk away. You're like mute.
You were talking to me? I thought you said you were talking to the chat.
Yeah, but I was talking thinking you could hear me. I didn't think you couldn't hear me. What the hell, y'all? So Mini Vibe says workshopping is the work in progress critique, which again, horrific. I mean, that scares me. Art critics that are artists and workshopping the art that's made. Yeah, Justine, great to see you. I don't know. We're gonna call it a butt beat. So I don't know if I told you. Pole vault butt dialed me twice yesterday, and I have over 4 minutes of voicemail from
his ass.
From his rear end. And so, and so like my phone tries to transcribe the messages, and so it just says, the first one just says yes ... and the second one just says no ... I'm like, I don't know how I didn't hear the yes or the no. I just hear a lot of things being moved around, and some. So yeah.
Wow.
But I feel like E-Urban could make something of this. They're talented in the.
Okay.
I've seen them take larger things and break it down into little beats. So I think it could be good. It could be a banger.
Do you think?
At least be funny. I like when we bring up butt that poo-poo in my diaper shows up.
My diaper's appeared.
Yeah, I like Paul's butt. I do. And it was a windy conversation. Oh, I can't get it out. The line right out on the weed eater, and he was cussing real bad. I didn't hear that part, pole vault. It wasn't. Sunshine's laughing because I think she's also been butt dialed. Evidently, I was not the only one who got butt dialed.
Right, okay. All right. And you thought you were special.
No, I was, I was not surprised. He was like, hey, Red. Don't tell Hugh.
Oh, I love it. I'm just tuning up my guitar as well.
I know you went to a cool concert 2 weeks ago to see the Midnight, and then did a drum special where you played a lot of their songs.
Yeah. What a day that was. In Newcastle. So for anybody who doesn't really know the UK, Newcastle's just underneath the border to Scotland.
On the east side. I had to look it up.
On the east side. Yeah, that's it. On the east side. And the Midnight they're essentially an American duo, Tyler and Tim. And they do kind of what really known as synthwave or retro wave. But with a real band, it's not just keyboard generated, it's a real band, real drummer, real bass player, singer and saxophone player and a guitarist. And I lived my best life that night. It was incredible. We had VIP passes, got to say hello to Tyler, got a little private acoustic gig, and then realistically one of the best gigs I've ever been to. I mean, I know it depends on the music, doesn't it, as well? So if you really like a band, you're really going to enjoy the gig, aren't you? And I do really like the Midnight, but this was, when somebody's on it. Now, I've seen all sorts of bands. I've seen Radiohead, Peter Gabriel, U2, you name it. I've watched them, Muse, the lot. And you just know when a band is on it and hitting the mark. And the Midnight was like that. It was just awesome. Absolutely awesome. It was an absolute buzz to see them, to be honest. And I met some beautiful people as well in the audience. We had a group of us, about 10 of us, who were all stood around right at the front. Got to know each other. We kind of looked after each other and basically just had a wild time together as well. And I even got a fist bump off Tyler during the gig. It was awesome.
How cool are you?
And to me, I think it doesn't matter what point of my life I'm at. in terms of age or anything. Being able to still get that excitement, that buzz from music is what it's about for me. There's a real... It completely takes over every cell of my being, and there's I've got to be honest, there's really nothing else that does it like that for me. Nothing else, not like music.
Mm-hmm.
You know, don't get me wrong, it's nice to be in love and all that stuff, but it's just not the same. You know, it's really not.
That's
Music's
also
better.
annoying. Yeah, music's just purely good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Chrissy Cat, hi.
Chrissy Cat, also Javel came in.
And Javel, it's nice to see you, Javel. And Justine, I haven't said hello to Justine. Wow, how long have you been here, Justine? I've missed you coming in.
Oh, I said hello. I think I did.
I completely missed that one. I was utterly unaware. I'm still tuning up as well here.
Well, I'll talk to you.
Let's see if that worked. What do you think?
Beautiful. What do you got for us?
So this is another a song written with a friend of mine, Mike, and I'll just play it. It's called Paralyzed. Paralyzed, but only in the head, and only temporarily. It was nothing, couldn't be rewired, just as easily put to bed. What's your excuse? What's your excuse? No, you're still not trying. Give me a clue. Give me a clue. Is it still down to someone else? Or finally down to you? Realize that you can't escape everything you say and all the things that you do. You see, there's a price that we all got to pay, and at the bank of karma, your plastic, it just won't do. What's your excuse? What's your excuse? No, you're still not trying. Give me a clue. Give me a clue. Is it still down to someone else? Or finally, is it still down to someone else? Or finally, down to you? Paralyzed, but only in the head, and it's only temporarily. This is nothing that just can't be rewired, just as easily put to bed. What's your excuse? What's your excuse? No, you're still not trying. Give me a clue. Give me a clue. Which fucking planet do you come from? To which school of denial do you belong? Are you out to lunch just away from home? Is it still down to your little imaginary invisible friend, or finally down to you? You are paralyzed. I was only paralyzed, and only in the head. I was only paralyzed, just paralyzed, and only in the head.
That was amazing. I've never heard this one.
Thank you.
Tell me how this one came about.
So, right, I've actually done a stream that I've been recording this song, but I didn't put the vocals out on it yet.
Okay, that progression seemed familiar to me, and I'm like, where is that from? So I heard that stream. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really love that progression.
It's the first time I've put the vocals out on it, because, to be honest, it was done when I was in a band with somebody years back, and it was done with Mike, and Mike's a much better vocalist than I am, or was anyway, because Mike's no longer with us. And I was always a bit wary about putting it out, because Mike's music never really got released to the world as well. We wrote a lot of stuff together, and it never really got released to a wider audience. So I've always wanted to bring it to a wider audience, but because I never got to record it properly, it's kind of one of those things where I've got to do it myself. But I wanted, again, it was just like kind of the first time the vocals went out anywhere. I wanted it at least to be a little kind of moment in itself, rather than just put up a song and put it on YouTube, you know? Mm-hmm. Because his lyrics as well, his lyrics are fantastic.
Okay,
you know?
So they're all his lyrics? Or did you work together?
Yeah, just with a couple of nudges here and there when we were putting it together from me. But yeah, basically Mike's lyrics. He just had a real knack of being able to say things in a way that I couldn't get my head around. Mm-hmm. I couldn't find that simplicity or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. There are a lot of good lines in that. Chris Lane says that's the rawest thing I've heard Smith do, and that was arresting.
Cheers, Chris. Bless you, man. Thank you. It's always that song particularly is. I'm very attached to that song. Emotionally, for lots of different reasons. You know yourself, don't you? With certain songs, you get attached to them for very personal, very deep, sort of deep-seated reasons. You know, I don't mean yeah, man, really deep. I mean sort of deep-seated emotional things, deep-rooted emotional things that I can't necessarily explain. And it does, yeah, it strikes a nerve every time I go near it. That song.
Yeah. It's gorgeous. I can't wait till you put out the whole version.
I will get to it. Yeah, musically, I've not put out a new song for a bit. I think the last one was Slowly Dissolving. It's been a while. But I think it's about headspace.
Oh yeah.
To be honest,
no, you got a lot.
I'm not in the right headspace to be pushing new music and sort of producing my own music in a minute. I'm not there. Mm-hmm. I need to be there, you know. I need to be fully present with it, and just because of lots of things, both musical, technical, and personal. It's just I'm not in that space at the moment. Especially as well, you know yourself, getting stuff together for live streams takes up a lot of time. Not for myself. Getting 10 to 12 tracks a week ready to play drums on, and actually been able to play the drums on them to some kind of level that's acceptable. That's a lot of work, you know?
It is. I think yours is harder than mine, because mine is just playing the songs I've been playing forever. I rarely put in a new song, so it is less work than what you're doing. But it still takes up a ton of energy and time to where especially it's on Fridays, and I'm always like, well, I could, go out and play or do an open mic on Thursday night, but I'm like, well, I've got to do the stream on Friday, so I want, and it feels a lot like playing out, except for not having to load my equipment out. But it gives me a lot of the same emotional fulfillment of going out, because everybody's so nice in the chat, and I can, they show up and it's awesome. Charlie Gabaldon, great to see you.
Yay! Hi, Charlie.
So many E. Urban pointed out that when I look at the chat, that it looks like I'm looking at you in the for their video. When I'm not looking at you, it looks like I'm looking at you. So,
which way do I have to? I have to turn this.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, but now I can't see you at all. So I'm like, are we doing it? I don't know.
Well, we can just look at it. We can talk amongst ourselves and then just ignore those. Yeah, we can ignore these people here.
Yeah, I don't know. But then I'm like, but I got to see what you're doing. Yeah.
Yeah, Kitty, memories of songs can be very deep. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I think that that's one of the things. It keeps things alive as well, music, and sometimes that can be what do you call it, a kind servant or a cruel master.
Mm-hmm.
Just depends, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, Justine said, I really got that emotion in that tune. Very powerful. And I've definitely also just had cursing. Cursing's fun.
Cursing's fun, yeah. And I like the way that Many Vibes, I think Many Vibes sat down next to her imaginary friend.
I did put that one up.
I love it. Oh, wow. I'll buy you both a drink.
Chris Lane pointed out, compared to like actual bars that I normally play in, we ain't getting drunk and trying to pick each other up. We're just actually listening, which is really true. You're not wrong, actually. Like, that's a big I mean, at a bar, there'll be like 60 people. And really, I'm kind of lucky if I can find like 5 people who are really paying attention
who are paying attention.
like really listening. And I focus in on those people, and I'm like, they're my people. But it's to get 20 people to show up at something like this and listen to your songs makes you feel like people are listening.
Absolutely, and I mean, COVID forced all this.
Yeah, for sure. As we know, and. Yeah, it's been really good for somebody like me as well, because just given certain things about my life, this has been a way to still actually connect with people musically, live in some way, Mm-hmm. It's been really good. Otherwise, I would have gone stir crazy, to be honest. Oh yeah, well, I went stir crazy, but I also feel that it has. It for me, like, I feel a little bit bad being like, pandemic worked out great for me, but it in many ways it really did. It gave me a break from like what I was doing and what my life was. Mm-hmm. And I got time to focus on myself, and I got time to focus on music, and I got time to before that happened, I had I don't think I had 200 people on YouTube. Definitely not.
Right.
I didn't break 200 till after that point. And so it really helps, people are showing up and they want some music, and I'm a lot healthier, and I'm doing a lot more. It's from the person I was before. To me, it's really given me a chance to suck less. Suck so much less now. Still suck, but less.
No, you're not. No, you're probably not the best critic of that.
No, that's true.
You got a lot of fans on YouTube anyway.
And it does feel like it. It does feel like people are engaged, and it's something that people are showing up. Like, I'm not forcing them to be there. Sometimes in our real life shows, I kind of feel like I have to like drag people out, and they're like, I'd rather be at home in my PJs, and these people are home in their PJs.
yeah, of course,
So
that's where they are. Yeah,
because that's what we all want. We just want to be home in our PJs. I like Eve Urban says that they curse in cursive, and many vibes think that should be a good
cool,
song. And Eve Urban did mention we had done 2 songwriting sessions before, which was...
Well, yeah, I noticed Ryan asked the question, what happened to the song?
I think there's one that I never put up. Yeah. I think there's one that I said I was going to put out as a single, and I just never did it because I'm me. But they both came out. They're both kind of flying related. And I thought they came out well. In the end, I mean, and really neither one took all that long. They both took longer than I expect or than I planned, but they didn't take, they were like 2 hours really ish. And so it is something that I want to do again. I guess there's 2 issues. Is when do you do streams? Because everybody's streaming all the time, and it's really hard to like kind of shove in somewhere and be like, we're doing another stream. And especially with how many streams I do, it feels like I sometimes feel like I'm oversaturating the Valerie bot market and things. So, and then the other one is, it's scary. So it's scary enough for me to like try to write a song, like sitting by myself in my room with my little pencil and my guitar, and like that's scary because I'm like, I always sit down like, this is just gonna not work. I'm just gonna, so I have to really talk myself up into it. Like, okay, I've got an idea, let me work on it. And sometimes I'll work on it for an hour and nothing comes. Like, I'm just like, nope, this is not good. And then sometimes something happens and that first little part clicks. It's like a crossword puzzle. You get that first clue and you're like, all right, now I can do it. And like
the hedgehogs in the first song.
Hedgehogs. Yeah, I'm. Part of me is horrified to try to write a song about hedgehogs.
So it should be. And by the way, Pole Vault sat at home in a bee suit, not his pajamas.
He sleeps in that. He sleeps in that bee suit. Ask Sunshine. Sunshine, tell us.
And I've got a feeling as well. I've got a feeling that Many Vibes is requesting some music. Have you got a song for us, do you think?
Okay, I'm gonna sing you this last song I wrote that E. Urban says sounds like another song. I think they're wrong and they're being mean. I'm telling you right now, you're being mean. If I'm looking at the right way, you're being mean. Because I don't think it does. But so, E. Urban, don't say what song you think it is. And I want anybody else to try and tell me this. Otherwise, I'm going to actually record it. Because right now, I'm like, it's really the only reason I haven't put it out.
Well, because of the Evans comment.
Well, because they troll me during the song. And I've almost stopped singing. I've sang it twice, and both times I almost stopped singing in the middle of the song. And I'm like, okay, gotta make it through. Gotta make it through. So, and yeah. And I think one part is they say like the chords that sound the same as the other song, and I don't think they do. And actually, the same chords as Whippoorwill. That was Old Joe. That's what they're saying, like.
Okay,
I live upstairs from Old Joe, the fishing song. So I think that's the same chords as that. We'll just put that in your head. But and also I only have like 2 standard chord progressions. If you've known me.
We all run out sooner or later.
I do the G or the A minor. So here we go with the song in A minor.
Okay.
So this is one I wrote in the UK when I was still there. So it's on my, so it was like, it's just about 5 weeks. Can you believe it's only been 5 weeks? It's only 5 weeks old.
Wow.
How does it go now? I'm to the whole song. Okay, here we go. This is called Schedule. Shut up, E. Urban. Time E. Urban out. I'm just kidding. Sat at the bus stop, set to arrive at 1:15. Stare at the old clock, been stuck on 5 since the whole world was young. It's been a long while since something good made it my way. Not pass me by like the words I was meaning to say. Stand on the platform, catching the next train, 10 minutes to 4. Safe from the next storm, expecting a light rain just after I board. It's been a long while since I stopped taking your words too hard. Nothing you tell me won't stop me from falling apart. Stops to go till I'm back at the station. Last train of the night. Don't rightly know, I just make conversation. Great minds think alike. It's been a long while since I stood up for what I believed. Afraid to reveal all the tricks that I hid up my sleeve. All right. Never playing that one again.
What? That was really nice.
E-Urban.
Because of E-Urban.
I almost stopped in the middle, and I was like, okay, I got to go all the way through this stupid song that everyone hates.
You watched the chat again, didn't you?
Oh, yeah,
you
I'm
did
reading
it.
the chat the whole time, y'all. Do you not think I'm reading the chat the whole time? I'm reading the chat the whole time, and I'm like, I give up. I don't know.
I'd take it the opposite way now. I think it's almost it's almost
gone.
What do you call it?
Ripped it out.
I love it. It's a really nice song as well. Evan, what do you know? Yeah, Many Vibes says, how can you do that? How can you do it? Just throw it away. Wow.
Do you not think I'm reading the chat? I'm reading the chat the whole time. Do you not? The chat? Yeah, I'm reading the chat the whole time. That's why I have the words out, so that I can read it. Because if I don't have the words out, then when I read the chat, then I mess up. But if I have the words out, I can remember where I was at.
I'm with you.
And then I read the line, and then I read it, and then I sing this part. And I have sometimes sung the thing in the chat instead of my line. So that has happened.
I've witnessed that. Yeah, occasionally I have witnessed that. That's why if I'm singing
Chris
and playing, I don't look.
So Chris liked it. So take that.
Yeah.
Still never playing it again. But I tried.
I really like that song too. I want you to play it again. E. Urban says it needs a jaw harp.
Get my stick a jaw harp somewhere you aren't going to enjoy. Oh, I didn't realize with the bee suit, the stinger's in front. I did not know. I'm all the way back. Is it? Pole Vault asked, "Is it Tonight's the Night?" Is that a Rod Stewart song? we were doing a text chain about Rod Stewart. I don't know a single Rod Stewart song, and I had to like Google Rod Stewart songs.
Really?
So that I could try to be funny on this text chain. I don't know that I was. But
I'm Tony Howie as well.
Tony
It's really good to see you here, buddy.
So good to see you. Thank you for being here. And so many people are here. You had 40 likes. I say you because this is not my stream. We still
This
have
is
24
ours.
40,
it's not mine, it's ours.
41. Thank you, person who
No
remembered.
way. Wow. Thank you for everybody.
Everybody pushing the
who's
like. That's so nice.
Press the like. That's so
Normally
cool.
it shows on my screen. I can just see like how many, and I don't have that. We're doing this in a convoluted way that I'm like, hold on, why did we do it like this? Now that I think about it. I mean, I know why, but
never,
like we really like could have done this easier.
I never have a clue what's going on YouTube when I'm live. I don't really know because I don't monitor YouTube at all. I just look at OBS and that's it. I look at the chat in OBS rather than having the YouTube chat open. That's why I can't put love hearts in the chat or anything.
Oh, no, I have the same issue. I can't actually type in the chat because it's not. It's a different thing. So many vibes liked it, loved it.
Yeah.
So
kicks everyone.
It was. I took trains. I took the trains. The trains are scary. I'm gonna tell you that.
Really?
I found the whole train situation to be anxiety producing and confusing. And at one point, like I got a ticket I bought the train ticket. So it was like, go from like into town and go to this station to this, and then it said, and then take this train just in that same little line. Well, they didn't say in that whole thing that that's at a different station that you have to take another bus to get to. And so I thought I was just standing at a platform that was the same number at the wrong station.
Oh, no.
And I did ask, I was like, is this the train to blah, 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 blah? They're like, no, not at all. And so I had to like ask the information person and they were like, it wasn't even like it was a tram. It was, I had to take some other, the B or I don't know what it was called.
Yeah, that's in Manchester.
Yeah, it was in Manchester. And I had to take it to another, and I was like, what? It doesn't say that. You just have to know that that's a different station. And I made it. I made it though.
Yeah, it was a tough ride, wasn't it, getting there for the first day?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I was a little. That was probably the hardest time. That for public transportations.
Right. E. Urban's come back in, and they're saying, when did I ever say I didn't like it?
Okay, hold on. This is a diss. To say that song sounds like Wicked Game is a complete diss.
This is going to run and run, isn't it now? This is going to run and run.
That's a huge, that's not a compliment. No one's ever said that sounds like Wicked Game as a compliment. No. Nice try. No. I'm not. I would like to get lost on the New York City transit trains with many vibes because I have not done that either. That would be fun.
I think I'd be too afraid.
New
York just sounds
I'll
scary.
be afraid. I'm not saying I won't be afraid, but I'd still like to go. It'll be fun.
I would like to see New York. Yeah,
me too.
It'd be interesting, but I'd love to. There's so many different parts of America that I'd like to see, and they all seem so vastly different as well.
Yeah.
almost as if it's like going to different countries, to be honest.
It really is. I mean, it really, really is. It's, yeah, the food's different, the people sound different, the environment's different, everything's different.
Yeah. One day I'll get there one day.
Keep building that drumstick boat.
Yeah, gluing those broken drumsticks together. Yeah, that's the way to do it, isn't it?
Yeah.
With the boat of broken drumsticks. I think that's going to be an album title. To be honest, it's going to have to be. At least the cover photo. Yeah, definitely. Oh, what you mean? I'm going to have to. Right. Okay.
Also, I don't know. Just a hint. You could take a plane.
Oh yeah.
That's how I do it. But it's not for everybody.
There's a possum in your garage. Many vibes.
There's a possum.
An actual possum.
Garage. In my garage, first of all. Really?
Garage. Yeah.
My garage? I was not ready for that, y'all. There's a possum in my garage. We already have.
Clean your chimney for you, missus.
We already have a whole thing going with. We're sponsored, or he's sponsored by CBD. I say it CBD salve, and
CBD
you say
salve. It's CBD salve, darling.
But I didn't realize it's like every word is like this. Like for dinner tonight we had salmon.
Yeah, salmon.
You pronounce that L, and then like afterwards I will have some herbal tea.
No, it's herbal tea. Herbal.
Y'all, we're gonna start. Yeah, I totally get this revolution right now. Yeah. It's not right. Hugh Caldwell wants to do the Pacific Highway with you, Smitty.
Oh, that would be cool. Yeah, I'd definitely go to America with Hugh. That would be ace.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
You'd be a good travelling partner, Hugh, actually.
You really would. Yeah.
Because we could just be jamming as well while we're wandering around. A couple of guitars, it'd be great.
I think Many Vibes is like, you're talking about garage, and I'm talking about there's a possum. You'll focus on the part where there's a wild animal in where my car is.
That's a good title.
That is a great
Tony.
title. Broken Sticks and Mended Dreams.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh, I like Allie knows how to get the possum out of the garage or garage. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, possum's better than a rat. Well, I don't know. They're kind of just like a giant. Okay, we'll keep going. So it's already 8 o'clock. So do you have one more song too? Because then we're going to go over to Pole Vault, who's already getting ready, probably, except for he's still typing
all right.
in the chat.
I've got a last tune then. This is a Mike song because I like it. This is called. So it's written by Mike Crane, and this is called "Without You." Crying down the phone to me. Oh, how much you miss me. But then, the very next day, you're just walking, oh, you're walking away. If I'm without you, might as well be without you and forget what I never got before. If I'm without you, might as well be without you. Forget what I never got before. I could never tell who you were gonna be, but that was always your favorite game. You don't have to do what it is you're not doing. You better stop, turn around before it starts doing you. Oh, if I'm without you, might as well be without you. Forget what I never got before. Oh, if I'm without you, might as well be without you. Forget what I never got before. You shouldn't play around with people's hearts like that. Oh, they mean so much more. Let's count the beats in just an average day. Or better still, let's count the beats since love just walked away.
That was awesome. I really like that.
Hold
I think
on.
you muted me, but they can still hear me. There you go.
Yeah, you're there. You muted. You were unmuted.
Just for you. That was awesome. Kitty said it was a lovely song.
Nice one. Vocals were a bit ropey. My voice is cracking.
Well, I think it's good.
But
I couldn't imagine trying to sing in that mask either. That would be rough for me.
well, and you know, if I'm going to give a critique of myself as a performance tonight, my vocals need a lot of work. But I don't spend enough time singing. I really don't spend enough time singing, and then I probably expect far too much of my vocals when I do. So, you know, I need somebody to you know, keep me under control and say, right, go and do 20 minutes singing today, instead of going on the drums again. You know.
Well, you gotta.
But thanks, thank you.
Yeah, I'm glad you took a break from the drums today. If for nothing else, than your dodgy wrist.
Yeah, my dodgy wrist, the back. Yeah, it's all a nightmare.
Yeah.
It is. It's nice to take some time off. This is a good idea.
Mm-hmm. Good. And I've had so much fun, and it's just I feel like we barely scratched the surface of things I wanted to talk about as far as songwriting and the songs you put out. So I hope this is something we could do again sometime.
I'd be more than up for doing that. Yeah, this could be cool to do something. I like the back and forth with different songs as well. You know. Mm-hmm. I like it. Mm-hmm. But then I, you know me, I could listen to your songs all day. So.
Oh, you're too sweet. Yeah, Justine says that she loves your voice.
Oh, Justine.
Possum. Many Vibes ask if possums bite people. And yes, they do.
Yes, yes, they do.
And Kitty says, "Well done. Go to sleep, sweetie. It's so late." Ryan Hall says, "Good job today, Mr. Smith."
Really nice of you to stay up this late, Kitty. Bless you.
So yeah, no, it's been too much fun, and I hate to even cut it short, but pole vault's on.
No, let's go to pole vault.
And
yeah,
pole vault's
important now.
And
pole
he might
vault's
be wearing a bee suit. He told me
hey!
he promised
that could
there
be a
would
buzz.
be a bee suit.
That could be a real buzz.
And yeah, so is there anything you want to say before I cut you off? Because I'm having.
Well, so first off, thank you to you. This has been really fun. Yeah, thanks. It's been good. And let's do it again. Let's definitely do this again. Yeah, Justine says let's do this again as well. Yeah, let's do it.
It's fun. And then our technical thing will get better each time. Hopefully, maybe, possibly.
Yeah. Okay, possibly, maybe. We'll see.
I think it got better as it went on.
It was cool.
It did.
I think it's settled when we closed YouTube on the video.
I think so. I think that helped. And Many Vibes is going to call the animal folks to come get the possum, and we're going to.
Oh,
let's all.
They'll bring one of those big nets, won't they, like they do in cartoons? You know, I think like a big fishing net.
You're running after
A possum net.
a big giant possum net. Please take a recording of the possum net. Any vibes? I think it'll be like a cage that has like yummies in it, and the possum runs in and the cage closes. That's my cartoon envision of what's gonna happen. I don't know.
I like it. It's a good note to end on. But yeah, thank you to everybody who's been here tonight for the stream as well. It's been lovely to see so many people here, and lovely to see so many people staying. Thank you all for pressing the like button, and for anybody who's made it through over a 2-hour show on the replay, you deserve some kind of award. Yeah. If seriously, so all right, I'm going to say something now. I'm going to say a random number. So the number is 768-768-777. Right, if you're watching on the replay and you remember that, you can put that number in the chat. Yeah, I'll send you a prize. Because if you've made it through a 2-hour show on replay, you really do deserve something. Yeah. So if you can put that number, not anybody who's been in the chat, I'll know we saw you. Yeah. So anybody who's made it through 2 hours on the replay, yeah, put the number in. You're in for a prize. And let's see everybody over at Pole Vault's stream as well. And then I know Laurie's live later, and then Gary Hubbs with the House Wrecker show as well. So let's get over there and keep the night of music going.
Awesome. We will see you all over at Pole Vault, and I'll have a great night. And thank you, Mr. Smith. It's been really fun.
Thank you.
All right. Bye, everybody.